Investment, Trade and Industry Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Abdul Aziz is set to kick off crucial negotiations later tonight in Washington, talks that could shape the trajectory of Malaysia's economic partnerships. Now, as anticipation builds, all eyes are on the outcomes and signals from these high-stakes discussions. We now head to Washington, where our correspondent Syaff Shukri is standing by. Syaff, what's the atmosphere like ahead of these pivotal talks, and what should be the key priorities for Malaysia as it enters the negotiation room?
Well, the atmosphere here in Washington is a mix of anticipation and quite intensity. Delegations from several countries are in town, each hoping to carve out their own space in what many see as a recalibration of America's trade relationships. But for Malaysia, this round of negotiations is particularly consequential, not just for our trade balance with the US, but for the long-term credibility of Malaysia as a competitive, cooperative and a forward-looking economic partner. So today, as Minister Tengku Zafrul prepares to enter the negotiation room later today, Malaysia's priorities should be focused but also flexible. First and foremost, we need to present ourselves not as a part of the problem, but as part of the solution. Malaysia already maintains a relatively low tariff, an average of just 5.6%, and we've been proactive in addressing non-tariff barriers through regulatory reforms that enhance the ease of doing business. And secondly, it's crucial that Malaysia position itself as a distinct and strategic player in this crowded space, with multiple countries currently lobbying the US for a tariff relief or exemptions. The Malaysian delegation must highlight our unique strength, including our role in the global semiconductor supply chain, the strong presence of the US companies already operations in Malaysia, and our broader commitment to economic openness and policy consistency. And these are not just trade advantages; they are trust markers. So finally, one of the key objectives in the meeting and negotiation should be to push for clarity and stability. Businesses, both American and Malaysian, I believe, are watching closely, especially in the 90-day pause on reciprocal tariff set to expire on the July 9th. And this talk offer an important window for Malaysia to shape the narrative, influence decision makers and mitigate the risks of trade uncertainty. I guess while expectations are high, the strategy here is about a substance over spectacles, and also offering meaningful solutions and demonstrating Malaysia's readiness to be a long-term reliable partner in a more complex global economy. So that's the scene here in Washington for now, and of course we'll be tracking developments closely as the talk unfolds over the next few hours. So back to you in the studio.